Good evening, everyone. This is Cricket Lot, your hostess for this evening, Wednesday, November 16th, 2022. And tonight we're going to see how it works to do a little DIY on Zoom. Used to have all these classes in person, but look at Susan couldn't be here, Addie couldn't be here, Bonnie couldn't be here, Steve couldn't be here, Janice couldn't be here. Deborah couldn't be here, so this will be great. Having a lot of people be able to be here. Let me just see. Okay, so let me share my screen. I'm going to show you the recipes, and then we're going to do the actual. I'm going to kind of show you some of the things. So, oops, that's not the one I want first. I want nasal inhaler recipes. Okay, so I have all of these recipes loaded onto an email to go out to all y'all, and you can just get certain ones if you want to. So this one will be the this will be the hand soap and inhalers email. So just text me your email address and say I want all of them, or I only want hair care and soaks and scrubs or whatever. So these inhalers, if you remember Vicks nasal inhaler.
Yes.
It has a little hole right in the end there, and you put it in your nose and breathe it in. But you can make whatever you want with it. So it comes with a really compact cotton roller that you drop down inside of here. And then you take this little cap, but we got to put the oils on first. Then you put this little cap on, and then it screws into here. So, so we are going to do the anxiety helper. So we're going to do 8 drops of lavender, and you may have seen these dropper things. The cool thing about these is you don't have to take off this cap. You can just put it through that hole in the middle and squeeze up the oil and then drop it on.
Oh, cool.
So let me see. This bottle's almost empty, so this isn't going to work. I'm going to just drop it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then, is that Steve?
Your old master may continue to send his bills, but you are no longer responsible to pay.
Okay, somebody's talking about old man sending their bill, no longer responsible. Could you mute yourself?
Cricket can also mute people too. If you look at your control, you'll be able to see.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Yes, I'm gonna have to.
But it certainly doesn't end there.
Oh. There we go. That takes care of that. Okay, 4 drops of lemon. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 drops of Langley. I can't see myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is pretty soaked up now. And then you just drop it into there and you put this little cap on. and snap it down. I've tried to take these caps off and I've never been able to do it. So if I want to refresh it, I just drop it through the nostril hole in the top. Tried to put an oil bottle. And then there's no hole here. This is a cover, so that keeps the scent in. And then you want to make sure that you put some kind of label on it, because I've said before, oh, I'll remember what that is. No, I don't. So if you have a label maker, those are good. Return address labels, they work well. You can use regular address labels and cut them down a little bit. And on the text, when I send the replay tomorrow, I will send the link for Amazon. You can find all these supplies. So I'll send a link for these inhalers and the foaming hand soap bottles and all that kind of stuff. So this one is the anxiety helper. So you'll get this handout with this explanation and these recipes. And then also on the same email, you will get I don't have it, so let me get in templates here. You'll get a foaming hand soap recipe. So for the foaming hand soap, and they have lots of different styles of dispensers now on Amazon, but this is the kind I happen to have. This is like the ones that Young Living sends. So you take 2 to 3 tablespoons of Castile soap, and it looks like this. I got it on Myers for $15.79. You want to make sure you get unscented. Otherwise, it's going to taint what's in there. Now on Amazon, I saw they had 2 of these for $34.59. So actually it's cheaper to buy it at Myers at $15.79, because that's only what, $31.50 something, $31.60. So Myers not too bad at that. So it comes with a little squeezer cap. So you take a couple tablespoons. What I like to do is 2 tablespoons of the Castile soap, and then 1 tablespoon of Thieves Household Cleaner for my Thieves scent. So you can get it in these big giant size, which I recommend because it's more economical per ounce. And this is the older bottle. They come in a white bottle like the big one now, but I just keep refilling this for under my sink for ease of handling, because that big one is hard to pour. So you just dump that in there, you put, and then whatever oils you want. So if you wanted a little more thievesy, you can put a couple drops of Thieves in there, 5 to 10 drops, and then fill it the rest of the way with water. Now, this has this big old chunky thing in there that's going to get in there. So be sure that you only fill it about that far once you have all the soaps in there. Otherwise, it'll overflow. And then you just screw it on. And this has a little locking mechanism on it. So you can turn the locking mechanism, and then you can push down, or you can turn it that way and it won't push down. So you just have to line up the groove with the hole. So that's foaming hand soap. And then for Thieves Household Cleaner, the back of the bottle has all the dilution rates. So I like to get a 30-ounce spray bottle, because most cleaning applications, it's 30 parts water to 1 part cleaner. So I put in 1 ounce, and this spray bottle has the ounces on the side of the bottle. So I just put 1 ounce in. I think 1 ounce is 2 tablespoons, I think. And then the rest water. And then if you're this full and you want it fuller, I just use the I put a dripper cap on here. I just put it in there and give it a squeeze and then fill it the rest of the way with water. So, and you can see over time, it kind of gets the color of the thieves stuff. So. Okay, so that's the hand cleaner and the foaming hand soap. Okay, let's go to roller balls and sprays. So roller balls, again, you can get these 10-ounce roller balls on Amazon. I'll have all these on there for you. Sometimes they come with this handy, fun little tool, and it's got different openings for doing different things. So for a roller ball, you can just slide it on there and pop the roller off like that with this little tool. Or if you have a smaller one, there's a smaller end. I don't remember what these holes are for. But to put the roller bottle on, you put the roller in there, and then you take the cap and just push down while screwing, and then it snaps into place like that. You can also just use the cap and pop it off like that. Just pull it sideways and it'll pop off. I found you can even get dripper caps off that way on a regular essential oil bottle. Just take the cap and the dripper cap comes right off. So let's so here are different recipes for putting in your roller ball. So there's belly soother with digize and peppermint, ear roller. Now, when you do something for your ear, you want to make sure you just go around the outside of your ear, maybe rub your finger on the roller ball and rub it in here like this, but don't put it all the way in on your eardrum. And then if you use V6, well, this is Ortho-Ease, but you'll get the same idea. It comes with a pump. So you just put the pump on there and pump it down, and then you can fill it up the rest of the way with the mixing oil. I took an old Ortho-Ease bottle and put fractionated coconut oil in there. So you can use that as your mixing oil to your carrier oil. So this is fractionated coconut oil. See, it's liquidy. And then there's also coconut oil that is solid at room temperature. And that's for like lotions and that kind of thing. And if anybody has any questions as we're going along here, feel free to unmute yourself and ask. You don't have to wait till the end. So you just follow the recipe, squirt that in there, and then you're good.
Cricket, what is the ear roller for? Is it for like earaches?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Is that something that can be used with kids too, with the lemon and the purification?
Sure.
Diluted enough? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, because it's only got 6 straps in there.
Yeah.
Or you can use just Melrose without the lemon, but the lemon gives it a little bit more of a antiviral than just the Melrose. So yep.
And then the inhalers, how long do they
So do you
last?
think it's only for earaches, or would it support or target something else?
Sure, you could use it for probably just about anything like a owie roller or that kind of thing.
No, I mean
Anything
the
that
ear
you-
support.
What's that?
I mean the ear roller.
Yeah, yeah, you could
I
use
mean,
it
what
for
else other
anything.
than
owie.
earaches would cause you to go, oh, I'm going to use an ear roller?
It's not actually an ear roller. It's just a bottle with a roller on it. And the mixture you're talking about, Cricket, was if you have earache or something, but I use
Right.
it for paint. You can make them, make one like perfume and put Valor and whatever. But so it's not actually called an ear roller, just that mix you were doing was ear roller, right?
Right, 3 drops of lemon and 3 drops of purification. And you can use the ear roller for anything that you need, antibiotic, antiviral, so you could use it as an owie roller. Is that what you mean, Steve?
Kind of, but like, let's see, earache, ringing of the ears, maybe,
No, earache.
only earache. That's the only thing it targets.
Yeah, ringing of the ears would be different oils.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's also recipes for immunity support with thieves and lemon, a happy roller with orange, lang lang, and lavender. And that's what I put in my inhaler, was the orange, lang lang, and no, I did lavender, lemon, and lang lang. And now the inhalers last, my peppermint one lasted a couple years. So they last a long time before you have to refill them, refresh them. Okay, now spray recipes. So you can use these for different things. This is sleepy time. There's lavender, cedar wood. What the witch hazel does is makes the where is it? Witch hazel. It kind of looks like the alcohol bottles, but it says witch hazel on it. So witch hazel, you can use it as a toner on your face, just straight from the bottle. But the witch hazel helps the oil mix with the water, because oil and water don't mix. So witch hazel makes it a little more mixable. You still want to spray it shake it when you use it, but the witch hazel will make it stay mixed a little longer. So you take a spray bottle, and this is the one we have in the bathroom. It says Puroma Therapy on it. And so you can use this 2 different ways. You can spray in the stool before you sit down to do your poo, and it will keep the smell in. Or if you forget to use it before you do that, you can spray the air like an air freshener, and it will take the odor out. A lot of those air fresheners, you smell the floral and the poo too. So, but this takes the smell out. So just shake it a little bit, give it a spray. And you can put whatever you want in there, 10, 20 drops. We like pine, peppermint, lemon, orange, evergreen, and cinnamon, and if you have a lot of diffuser recipes, you can use the diffuser recipes in your spray bottles. So
Cricket,
then
how
there-
much, excuse me, how much witch hazel to water do you use?
I just put maybe cover the bottom of your spray bottle.
Okay.
You don't need a lot.
And Cricket, is the witch hazel one without alcohol?
Yeah, it's witch hazel is witch hazel.
Well, there is one with alcohol,
Oh, I don't know. I guess so.
but I think it usually says on the bottle.
Oh, yeah, it does say inactive ingredient, alcohol, 14% by volume. Thank you.
Yeah.
I never knew that. So watch out when you're buying witch hazel, whether it has alcohol in it, if you don't want the alcohol in there. I never knew that. And when we did DIY classes, we got these squirter bottles. So it's easier to put that tip in your roller bottle or your spray bottle and just give it a squeeze than trying to get it out of this big bottle. So. Okay, so that's rollers and sprays. So that's how that email is named, rollers and sprays. Okay, now this next one is called soaks and scrubs. So the bath and foot soak, so you use Epsom salt. And what I do for a bath is I just have a measuring cup that I keep inside my Epsom salt. And so I scoop up the Epsom salt in here, and then I put 4 or 5 or 8 or 10, depending on what I want to do, drops of oil in there, and then just throw it in the bathtub. But if you want something fancy, you can pre-make it with Epsom salt and sea salt and baking soda. And then if you're gonna make it ahead, well, I guess that would be 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons. That's gonna be about a half a cup. So it says to put it in a 4-ounce jar and shake it, but I just put the tablespoons in a measuring cup and then put the oils on top of it and throw it in. So if you want to make it ahead of time and make more quantities, just increase the recipe to fill up your jar. Like this is 1.5 cups, so you could have it pre-made and put it in there. I love to soak in Panaway. It soothes you, it relaxes your muscles, and it really helps you sleep. So I don't have a 4-ounce jar. Those would be a lot smaller. The mason jars, the little tiny, they're even smaller than jelly jars. They're little squat short things. I think those are probably 4 ounces. So you could make them. You can make those for Christmas gifts and put a pretty little ribbon on it, or put a piece of material over the lid and then put the ring on so the material kind of is fluffy around there. And then you could give them the recipe. So I tried to make these recipes so you can cut across here and down this way, and then you'd have a square. So if you have a little bit heavier paper, you could put it on heavier paper and it would last better. Oh, my recipe card for my foaming hand soap, I just open my cupboard door and stick it in there with a piece of tape. So when I want to refill the one by my kitchen sink, all I have to do is open the cupboard and the recipe's right there, and then I don't have to go hunting for the recipe. Okay, so a salt scrub. This uses Epsom salt and the fractionated coconut oil, the liquidy kind. And then whatever kind of oil you want in there, and just mix it up. And then you can scrub your hands with it. You can scrub your feet in it with it. And there's also a sugar scrub. So you can use a 1/4 cup of sugar, 1.5 tablespoons of carrier oil, and then 10 drops of the oil of your choice. Again, if you want to make it bigger, so you've got lots to use for a while and you don't have to make this every 3 days, just increase the recipe. This is 1.5 cups, so 1/4 cup of sugar, 1.5 cups, you need 4 You need, well, you just use a cup and a half because the oil will go into the sugar, so. Okay,
Okay,
How-
hold on, hold on, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Is there a special type of sugar, or is it just a regular granulated, or is it raw sugar, or,
yeah, just regular granulated white sugar.
okay,
Yep,
thanks.
yep. And again, these would all make nice Christmas gifts, so I did that one year. So now whipped body butter. So you take a 1/4 cup of coconut oil, a 1/2 cup of shea butter, and then 10 drops of whatever you want the essential oil scent to be. Melt the oil and butter together. So if you put a jar in a pot of water, like a double boiler effect, kind of, and just let it melt. So make sure it melts all the way, or you'll have chunks of shea butter or chunks of coconut oil. This is the coconut oil that's solid at room temperature. And then pour it in a glass or metal bowl and place in a larger bowl with ice. And then as the solution starts to cool, put in the essential oil and then whip it with an electric mixer. So it'll fluff up, and then just scoop it into a storage container. Okay, here's a DIY mud mask. Young Living does have that charcoal mask, but here's one you can make. So you need about a 1/4 cup of Dead Sea mud. And again, Amazon, our favorite Amazon. A drop of spearmint, a drop of tea tree, and a drop of lavender. And these are all good for your face. And then put a thin layer on your skin, leave it for about 15 minutes or until it dries. Avoid facial gestures because it'll make the mask crack. I don't know that that's a problem, but after 15 minutes, then just rinse it with warm water. And then here's another poopery recipe. This one says a pump of carrier oil. Maybe the oil makes it float on top of the water a little more if you spray it in the stool. I don't know. We just, most of the time, we forget to spray first and we just spray it in the air. So there's 6 recipes for you. And then the last one, I don't have any demos of this. This is just a whole bunch of hair care things. There's 4 pages here of hair recipes. So we're not going to go through each one individually, but this is a detangle spray, a clarifying shampoo, a hair mask, hair regrowth stimulator. And if I remember correctly, Barb has a testimony for that. I know Alice Player did, that it really worked for her to get her hair stimulated to grow again. Emu oil is a fatty oil. So, and I not found it in a store. So, and you can leave it on overnight or put it on and just go about your day. You can also take a Young Living shampoo, like the lavender shampoo, and add oils to it. And this is per ounce, 1 to 2 drops of cedarwood, 1 to 2 drops of lavender, 1 to 2 drops of rosemary, and just put it in your shampoo. So you put it on your hair when you are shampooing. Here's a different hair detangle spray. Here's a rosemary peppermint shampoo, and that uses that Castile soap. I'm not a huge DIYer, so I can't give you any testimonies about how this shampoo works. I do know the detangler works because my niece has used it on her kids' hair. There's a rosemary peppermint shampoo, a lavender rosemary shampoo, and a DIY hairspray, which uses sugar in it. Seems like that might not be too good of an idea in the summertime when there's bees and you're going to be outside, but I could be wrong about that. Another detangling spray. Here's a school time head spray for kids. I think you can probably figure out what school time head spray means. Here's a deep hair conditioner. So these, this coconut oil is the hard kind, shea butter and argan oil, and then your recipes, and mix them together and whip them with a blender, and then comb it through your clean, dry hair and let it sit for 30 minutes. And then rinse it and shampoo. So maybe you put this on before you, yeah, I don't think I do clean, dry. I'd put it on when I get up in the morning. And then when I hopped in the shower, I would shampoo it out. That would be my choice, but here's another hair conditioner oil. Here's a beachy hair spritz. So to help lighten your hair if that's what you choose to do. And for hair volumizing, here's a recipe for that. And citric acid, Epsom salt, you can get those at the store or on Amazon. So, and so that's all of the hair care recipes. Roller ball soaps and scrubs. I think that's all of them. Whew, that was a
Power packed.
yeah, quick run through, but when you have the recipes, they have step-by-step instructions in the recipes too. So Ruthie, hi, you got to join after all. So again, if you want the recipes, just send me a text with your email address and tell me I want them all. I want only this one, whatever you want, and I'll send them out on an email. So if you want them all, you get 4 different emails from me. And then in the morning when I send the text, I'll have a link for Amazon for the roller bottles and all different kinds of foaming soap dispensers, the spray bottles. I can't remember what all I have in there. There's lots of different spray bottles. Oh, they have pretty inhalers now. They have metal ones, they have color ones. So it's the page, the link is the page, and there's all different kinds. You can scroll down and see, you know, if you want 50 of them or only 6. So so
Do you have a place where you go for like some of the recipes called for like emu oil, shea butter, even witch hazel? And then there was another one I saw, but I can't remember it. Is there
Witch hazel I usually get at the local grocery store, or you could get it at a drugstore. The emu oil, look on Amazon. Some of the recipes might call for vitamin E oil. You can get that on Amazon. The mud stuff. Oh, and I forgot one more thing. How to do a capsule. So, so you can get capsules from Young Living, or again, you can get them on Amazon. And so I like to get the vegetarian ones. So they're not made with, you know, animal collagen or that kind of thing. My husband made this for me. It's just a little block of wood and you just take a drill and drill a hole the size of the capsule that you have. So it stands up. Now, I do also do it just freestyle and hold the capsule in my hand. So, and the one that I make the most, but there's, you know, if you want to, like, Sue Ellen, she wants to take valerian, so you could put it in a capsule and then put a little mixing oil if you wanted to. My favorite one to make that I make pretty frequently is called the M-Bomb. It's for stiff muscles, relaxing your muscles, helping your whole body relax, really. So the trick is just to see if you can find that hole in the bottle. Hold it. Let's see if I can get close enough here. Hold it over there and just drop the oil in. I can't look at the screen. Am I showing you?
Yes, you're doing good.
Okay. So for the M-Bomb, it's 5 drops or less. If you have a sensitive stomach, I would do less, but 5 drops each of Copaiba. That's an anti-inflammatory. Frankincense. It's good for everything from head to toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you have this little thing, actually, it's almost harder with the little thing, but if you don't have your bottles open first, it's much easier to use this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the capsule's pretty much full. You can put a little mixing oil in there if you choose to. And then put the top of the capsule on.
Cricket, what was the last oil you used?
Oh, I'm sorry. The
Idaho
last
Grand Fir.
oil is Idaho Grand Fir.
Okay. Thank you.
I think
Um,
Mark Schroeder suggested us doing the carrier oil if you're making a whole bunch of them and putting them in a jar to put in the refrigerator. So
Yeah.
they can last longer.
Yeah, because the oils will dissolve these capsules. You can't make a lot ahead of time. So if you put the mixing oil in, like Deborah said, and then throw it in the freezer, they will last. But they do start to evaporate in the freezer. I did some ahead of time that I didn't put mixing oil in, and all the essential oil was gone.
No.
So I make them as I go, most of the time. So,
How many do
What I
you
do.
take a day then? With
of those, of
Yeah.
M-Grain or
Yeah.
M-Bomb, oh, I take one maybe, most of the time I take them at bedtime.
Okay,
For relaxing, and so my muscles relax, and maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So there are different size capsules. There's 00, there's O, there's 1. And I can't remember which way it goes, which is bigger and which is smaller, so. I think O is bigger than 00, I don't know. The Young Living ones are 00s, so. So what questions do you have?
Hey Cricket, this is Londa.
Yeah,
So I have a spray bottle that I wanted, like a little spray bottle that I wanted to make like a perfume. So would I put witch hazel in that one too?
that for perfumes, you're better off with an alcohol base.
Okay.
I thought they
Yeah.
said that witch hazel does have an alcohol base.
Well, this particular one does, they don't all, but I'm talking like alcohol, like a vodka or,
Oh,
you know,
Oh,
alrighty then.
yeah. Yeah, not rubbing alcohol, like
Oh,
yeah.
I'll be at work.
Yeah.
I think I need another little bit more perfume, a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Let me see if I can find it real fast.
Like, but
Yeah. All right, didn't see that coming.
no, me neither.
That doesn't mean you drink the alcohol while you're making it.
No.
Little bit here, little bit for here.
Little for this, little for that.
Little for you, little for me.
So, Melissa Pepping wrote a book with perfume recipes. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Ooh.
Essentialparfumery.com. Let me type it in here because
Okay.
you'll never parfumery.com. Let me make sure I got it right. Parfumery.com. Yeah. And she has how many recipes in here? I mean, this is a classy book. It has that clear first page before her picture.
Wow.
Can't read the recipes, but when a formula calls for vanilla, choose only the highest quality cold pressed clear vanilla. It's hard to find. So on this page, there are 3 recipes: innocent, classic, and sultry. No, those are the kinds of oils. So innocent collection, Solace. I mean, this has lots of oils in there. That's not an index. That's all the oils that are in that perfume. Laurus nobilis, copaiba, lime, cedarwood, lavender, rose, geranium, spruce, orange, lang-lang, cinnamon, neroli, bergamot, jasmine. There's some that have smaller amounts: bergamot, orange, lavender, rose, vanilla. We did these at a leadership retreat one time, and they were really good.
And for her base, she's using alcohol because the spray bottle is big enough that you need something to dilute it with besides the oil.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
and she tells you exactly how to do it in the book and all that. So I don't know, maybe someone can check real quick and see if that website still comes up. Here, let me see if I can.
It actually does. See if it does pop up.
Yeah. Buy the book. She's got bottles. Oh, the perfumery book is $15.99.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And she's got all kinds of perfume bottles and that kind of thing on there. So,
Okay.
okay. Anybody else?
Cricket, one of the inhalers that I made was the memory release. So that came in pretty handy.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Cool. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for joining. Third reminder, if you want the recipes, you have to text me your email address so that I can send them to you. So, and if you
Thank
want,
you. Good night.
good night, everybody.
Yes,
Love you
thank you.
guys.
Good night.
Good
Mwah.
night.
Good night.